Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, July 7th, I wrote this post on my written blog about Rihanna's new music video, which released July 7th, the anniversary date of the '64 Civil Rights Act. If you haven't seen my video on the '64 Civil Rights Act and Barack Obama, please check that out. Very important post. Anyhow, this song from release date to title is all coded with numbers that has so much to do with Barack Hussein Obama, the upcoming Pope's visit, and also sharing some key dates that sync up with the economic collapse announcement of September 24th, 2008, by George W. Bush. And what I want you to notice about George W. Bush's date of announcement is that it will be the 7-year anniversary of that announcement. And last year, at the beginning of 2014, we got the IMF boss, Christine Lagarde's speech on the significance of magic number 7. If you can recall, the taxpayers bailed out the big banks and all the companies that were involved in the mortgage fraud that was going on in the early and mid 2000s. Very terrible behavior, and in the end, these billionaires and millionaires were bailed out by we, the relatively poor taxpayers. And there were all sorts of stories about how these bankers were still getting their big bonuses after the bailouts. And worse yet, no regulations were made to prevent what happened in the first place, which brought on the bailout. And now, for the last 7 years, we've been hammered with stories from all sorts of people warning that because we haven't made these corrections, we're now heading for an even worse collapse that will put this last one to shame. So, this song right here, as unbelievable as it seems, a music video from a pop artist, fits the theme. Before we get into it and break it all down, I want to watch the speech from Christine Lagarde, January 2014 on 7, coming up on that 7-year anniversary this fall.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup. As you can tell, I do as I'm told, and I thought I had to stand up at the time when my immediate predecessor would sit down, and clearly I failed. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for having me with you. I would like to thank the National Press Club, and especially President Angela Grilling-Keane, for not only inviting me to this prestigious venue, but essentially presenting the outline of what I want to talk to you about now. So it's as if we had prepared that together, which we have not. Now, let me first of all, of course, begin by wishing you all a Happy New Year. I guess it's still time to do that, given that we are just exactly halfway through between our Western New Year and the Lunar New Year, which will loom in.
Remember that she brought up lunar, as in moon. We're going to talk about blood moons, too, which are also connected.
A few weeks' time. I think it's also appropriate to wish ourselves a Happy New Year, given what I would like to talk to you about, which has to do with the global economy and what we should expect for 2014. Now, I'm going to test you numerology skills by asking you to think about the magic 7. Okay? Most of you will know that 7 is quite a number in all sorts of themes, religions, and I'm sure that you can compress numbers as well.
Especially Judaism.
If we think about 2014, all right, I'm just giving you 2014, you drop the 0, 14, 2 times 7. Okay, that's just by way of example.
Okay, Truth Seeker, that's a joke. It's like they want us to be aware of numerology but not know how to do it. She could have explained this very clearly. The way you get the numerology for the year 2014 is like this. 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 4 sums to 7. Another method would be 20 plus 14, dividing it in half, which equals 34, which has a numerology of 3 plus 4 equals 7. Those are the ways she could have explained it in truth. But instead she gave it in a muddled way. 2, drop the 0, half of 14, 7. Yeah. Also, True Seeker, if you've ever seen the Jim Carrey movie, The Number 23, there's a scene where they're explaining how pink equals 23, and they explain it in this really bizarre way that's nonsensical. But if you learn Pythagorean gematria, which I teach on my main page, How to Gematria, you learn that pink simply sums to 23 by learning the Pythagorean value of each letter. The movie could have taught it so clearly, just like she could have taught it so clearly. But this is what they do. They put out information in a confusing way. Pretty much just like how our whole public education system is. All this information presented to us in nonsensical ways that cannot be applied. All part of the tease that is our lives.
And we're going to carry on. So 2014 will be a milestone and hopefully a magic year in many respects. It will mark the 100th anniversary of the First World War back in 1914. It will mark the 70th anniversary, drop the zero, 7, of the Bretton Woods Conference that actually gave birth to the IMF. And it will be the 25th anniversary
2 plus
of the
5
fall
is
of the
7.
Berlin Wall.
2 plus 5 is 7.
25th. It will also mark the 7th anniversary of the financial market jitters that quickly turned into the greatest global economic calamity since the Great Depression. The crisis still lingers. Yet, optimism is in the air. We've left the deep freeze behind us, and the horizon looks just a bit brighter. So my hope and my wish for 2014 is that after those 7 miserable years, weak and fragile, we have 7 strong years. Now, I don't know whether the G7 will have anything to do with it.
G's the 7th
or whether
letter.
it will be the G20. I certainly hope that the IMF will have something to do with it.
All right, so there was her speech about 7. We're coming up on the 7-year anniversary of Bush's financial crisis speech, September 24th. Let's go back to decoding this. So Obama recently sang Amazing Grace at a funeral, and it turns out that song is all coded with numbers that connect to him, Abraham Lincoln. The man who wrote that song, John Newton, was a slave trader who was born August 4th, just like Obama. In this post, we're going to talk a lot about 105, 84, and 44, all numbers connected to both Abraham and Lincoln, who come from Illinois. So this song title, Bitch Better Have My Money, has gematria of 105. The 105th day of the year is April 15th, tax day, the date Lincoln died on, the date the Titanic fully sunk on. And the Titanic is connected to financial collapse, financial foul play. It was also a political assassination. 3 of the world's richest men supposedly died in that incident. Also, the numerology of the date Lincoln died on, 4/15/65, sums to 4 plus 15 plus 65 is 84. Like Obama in Jewish gematria. Like the date he's born on, 8/4 August 4th. Like the date John Newton's born on, who wrote Amazing Grace, which has a gematria of 105, just like Bitch Better Have My Money. Now stay with me, Truth Seeker. As we go through this, you'll see how all these same numbers sync up with this song as well. Notice that the acronym for this song, BBHMM, which it's also known by, has gematria of 38. Rihanna in Pythagorean gematria sums to 38, and commercial hip-hop is ran by the Zionist Jews. Jew has gematria of 38. In hip-hop music, there's so much 38 coding, it's overwhelming. I've been talking about this a lot in celebrity or hip-hop celebrity deaths, 2 of the biggest of which are Tupac and Notorious B.I.G., who both died on dates with 38 numerology. Them and a lot more. This song was released on March 26, 2015, a date with interesting numerology. Has connections to 64, which is very important to the civil rights movement of 64. And as I said, the music video was released on July 2nd, the anniversary date of the Civil Rights Act of 64. Please watch my video on the Civil Rights Act of 64 and Obama if you haven't done that. Israel also has this gematria of 64, the home of the Zionists. The abbreviated method This date has 44 numerology, the kill number. Very relevant in black history and presidential history. MLK assassinated on April 4th. The first president to die in office died on April 4th. The last president to die in office was JFK, who died as the 44th term president. Obama's the 44th president, elected 44 years after the Civil Rights Act. In this video, Rihanna's shown driving a Roadrunner 440, 44. Again, Obama's the 44th president. Rihanna's been a guest of Obama's at the White House. Obama reopened Ford's Theater, where Lincoln died on the 105th day of the year, when he first took over president, February 11th, 2009, the 42nd day of the year. The word bitch has gematria of 42. So does the word female. This car she's driving on, Truth Seeker, this 69, if you read about it, there were supposedly 84,000 of that car sold. That number 84 again. The car with the 440 engine. And check this out, Truth Seeker. The release date of the song up until the 7-year anniversary of the financial collapse announcement by Bush is exactly 84 days. 84 days. Again, Obama and John Newton, who wrote Amazing Grace, have that same birthday of August 4th. Last year on Obama's birthday, James Brady was assassinated, who's known for saving Ronald Reagan, and who had a gun bill named in his honor in the year 84. He was murdered last year on Obama's birthday, the 9th of Av, the Jewish holy day of tragedy. That song was 339 in length. That's an interesting number in hip-hop because the words hip and hop sum to 33 and 39, which are both coded into this number. Here in Seattle, the hip-hop station is Cube 93.3. Probably in a lot of other cities, too, are those numbers found. Very important numbers to Zionist Jews. Yesterday, the stock market closed at 93.33. I made a comment about that, and then today it crashed. Doesn't surprise me one bit. I wish I'd put this video out yesterday. That was my plan. I didn't get to it. I wish I had, because it would look all the more credible with what happened in the stock market today. It having a glitch, supposedly. In light of what's going on in Greece and in China, it's quite concerning. From the music video, we're showing this car with this license plate SLT239. The date 23/9 is a lot like the 23rd day of September, which the Pope is coming to visit on. That SLT has gematria of 51, like the word conspiracy. We're in the 51-year anniversary of the Civil Rights Act, 64 to 2015. Also, Truth Seeker, that number 239, it has to do with one of the main ingredients in nuclear bombs, Pu-239. And when you think about nuclear bombs, you should think of the desert because that's where the majority of the testing's been done. Nevada test site. And most of this music video is shot in the desert. Mostly all filmed in the desert here. This imagery from the video, a chainsaw with the word cheater on it. The word cheater has gematria of 33, and so does the word chainsaw. If you haven't seen my how-to video, I'll do a quick lesson. Whoops, if I can type. C is the third letter, H is the 8th, A is the 1st, I is the 9th, N is the 14th, but 1 plus 4 is 5, S is the 19th, 1 plus 9 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, A is the 1st, W is the 23rd, 2 plus 3 is 5. Reduced each letter to a single digit using the principles of numerology. Then we add all the numbers together, 33. Chainsaw and cheater, both Pythagorean gematria of 33. Imagery right from the video. These Zionist Jews love to code 33. This is also imagery from the video. A person that gets hurt badly within it. The accountant has gematria of 46, that reflection of 64, connected to the release date of the song. And then the bitch sums to 39. 39 books in the Old Testament. Zionist Jews have ran the banks in this country and other parts of the world for as long as recorded history. The Star of David was coded into the Federal Reserve of 1913, which predated Israel by more than 3 decades. More imagery from the video, fucked up my credit. I noticed that the phrase fucked up has Pythagorean gematria of 33 from decoding this. Never noticed that before. Fucked up my credit, 76, like the word master. In the imagery, you see this up here, deadbeat dad. Learned another one. Deadbeat dad's another 33 gematria. Lots of interesting stuff in this video. In the end, Rihanna's showing bloody, naked, covered in money, in a box, smoking. And this is moments after a bank account shown with 420 left in it, like the police code for marijuana. Money up in smoke. And you know what's creepy, Truth Seeker? When I posted this video yesterday, I didn't do this on purpose. It was 105, and it was literally the 105th post when I posted yesterday. Right now I have, let's see. Right now I have 123 posts, but if you counted back 18, this would be the 105th post, and it was a total coincidence, if you believe in such a thing. Sometimes I wonder if a higher power is trying to tell me something when I post some of this stuff. Number synchronicities. But that John Newton, he's born on August 4th, 1725. In numerology, that date has a 54 connection, and Obama will be turning 54 later this year. Again, Obama just sang John Newton's song at the funeral in Charleston. I've done videos on that, so much coding within it. Please check them out. With regards to this 105 coding, Blood Moon also has gematria of 105. And we are coming up on the 4th Blood Moon that will be September 28th, 2015. That's a date with 52 numerology. Just like the word Pope, Pope's coming to visit on September 23rd, the number we saw on the license plate in this video. And the word revolution also sums to 52. The Pope was saying how we need a financial revolution of sorts recently, a climate revolution. He's been using that word. Another word with 52 gematria. And I just want you to notice that Hoover Dam in Jewish gematria sums to 928, a lot like the date of the final blood moon. And a lot's been foreshadowed on that Hoover Dam. I want to go back in time and show you this video I did November 1st, 2014. It's about the UCLA commercial. We'll just watch it, and I'll show you what's curious, Truth Seeker. Here we go.
Hey, Truth Seekers. Unexpected video here. I just want to show you this commercial based on some of the other video posts I've done recently, especially the Hoover Dam. I want you to just listen, and then we'll talk about UCLA, which this is a commercial for in the end.
Let's do this, we said. The impossible, the unthinkable. They said cancer is a sentence. We said it's just a word. They said our idea would never hold water. We burst their dam. They said we couldn't start a revolution. We said it's brewing.
Did you hear that, True Seeker, about bursting the dam and then starting a revolution? Let me play it again one more time. This is what I want you to catch from this commercial.
Let's do this, we said. The impossible, the unthinkable. They said cancer is a sentence. We said it's just a word. They said our idea would never hold water. We burst their dam. They said we couldn't start a revolution. We said it's brewing.
Couldn't start a revolution. We said it's brewing. So, the thing is, Truth Seeker, a lot's being foreshadowed. These people are coding the same numbers over and over. It's a lot of information to absorb, but there's no doubt that they're trying to foreshadow a major event coming, and they've given us a lot of clues to help those of us who are awake and paying attention anticipate what might be upon us. It could be a series of dominoes, lined up events meant to shatter the confidence and the feelings of security in the people in this nation. Whatever hoax they do to us, it will be for the purpose of taking us down the road they want us on. And, you know, whether that's a presidential assassination, the destruction of a dam, the destruction of the Golden Gate Bridge, etc. It's all for that purpose. They might even give us a combination of those events to overwhelm us. With regards to that blood moon in the Bible, in Acts 2:20, the sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and notable day of the Lord come. What's interesting about Acts is that in Gematria, Acts sums to 43. And right now, 43 is being coded into a lot for the Civil War as well, and other things. Greece right now is in the middle of a financial collapse. Look at the gematria of Greece. In Jewish gematria, it's 105, and in simple English, it's 43. It just makes me wonder. There's also China's market slipping. And when we listened to that speech in the beginning from Christine Lagarde, she was talking about international monetary issues. So this could be a lot bigger than just the United States, but the United States might be the linchpin that causes the rest of the dominoes to fall, especially with so many other things already in flux. But have no doubt, these songs, all these events being coded with these numbers, they're telling us something. They're foreshadowing what is to come. Connecting all the dots, it's a major project. I'm doing my best with the time I have. And I hope I'm waking up a few people out there. More than I hope, hopefully more than I know. I appreciate all of you who reach back and say, hey, you helped me wake up. You taught me something I didn't know. It's good to hear that. Makes me think I'm not wasting my time. But yeah, Truth Seeker, help me spread the word. We got to get this out there. When you watch this video on YouTube, if you go to it, you'll see it has tens of millions of views. I mean, we need to get tens of millions of views for what this video is really all about. Out there, all the unknowing eyes having no idea what they're listening to, what they're observing. However, if you watch this video, it's obvious on the surface that it's promoting nothing but disgusting values. Money, murder, ugh. Cheater with a chainsaw. All right, Truth Seeker. Until next time.